talk about the best way to experience Disneyland with small kids here in the next episode of D3. What's up, everyone? Welcome to this episode of D3. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the best attractions here at Disneyland for families with small kids. First, I would like to thank everyone for your continued support of this channel. Remember, if you like what you see, click the subscribe button below and become a member of the D3 family. Alright, D3 fam, you guys have reached out to me a lot in the last couple of weeks about this question regarding which are the best attractions for kids between the ages of 1 and 3. Now, there are a lot of things you can do here at the Disneyland Resort that are suitable for everybody, that are not too boring. You know, everybody assumes that if you got to come to Disneyland, you just got to do what? Just got to do like Dumbo or something like that, which is totally false. There are plenty of other attractions you can do with small toddlers that are, thrilling for your entire family. So in this episode, I'm going to go through a few lists of them. I'll probably show you a couple of them if I can. All the attractions that are appropriate for kids of all ages, including the grown adults out there, or the adults with teens, or your uncles and aunties out there who want to bring their smaller nieces and nephews out here to experience Disneyland for the first time. So sit back and enjoy the ride, folks. Alright folks, our first attraction of the day that's suitable for kids of all ages is the Disneyland Railroad. There's nothing more soothing than to ride around the Disneyland park. Let's go check it out. Alright folks, our next adventure is going to take us into the Toontown area of the park. We're going to see which attractions are appropriate for toddlers, for kids between the ages of 1 and 2. Let's go. Alright folks, as you can see, Toontown is pretty cool in itself. It just looks totally awesome. It looks just like the cartoons. You have all the characters' homes and things like that. This is their version of their downtown area. You have all the shops and things like that. You can stop and take pictures, with your kitties. There's the Roger Rabbit car spin. I don't know if it's appropriate for kids under 2, but if your kid's pretty brave and they like goofy stuff, the Roger Rabbit car spin is appropriate for them, I think. It's pretty mild if they like, kind of dark stuff. So over here you have, the fire station and things like that. We're going to continue around the corner and see some other attractions you can do here in Toontown. Like I said, folks, here in Toontown you have a character meet and greet. Here is Goofy's house. You could get a picture and autograph with Goofy. Next to Goofy's house, you have Donald Duck's house, where you can walk around. Just like a playhouse for all the kiddies, Even you have like small toddlers too, up to like 4 years old, or yourself if you're a big kid like me. Then around the corner is the big guy himself. You have Mickey Mouse's house. You can walk through it. It's pretty elaborate. Walk through and give Mickey's autograph and things like that. And right next door to Mickey, you have Minnie's house right over here. So this area, I would say, is awesome if you want to take pictures with your little ones and things like that. And if you have some little want to be brave to put them on their first coaster, over here you have the Gadgets Go coaster. It's a pretty tame coaster you can ride with your kid. I would say probably if they're like 3, 2.5, 3, your kid, so it's pretty tame. But if you have like a 3 or 4 year old, I think this ride is pretty appropriate for them. So really cool. And here's Chippendale's treehouse right here. So this whole area, Mickeys Toontown, is pretty appropriate for your kiddies. I would say, like I said, between the ages of 1 and 2 or 1 and 3. Okay folks, our next attraction is a classic, of course. It's a Small World, which is appropriate for kids of all ages. 1 and 3 is our target for this episode. It's perfect for them. They'll get a kick out of it. I'm sure you guys too, all you grown-ups will get a kick out of it too. Let's take a quick look at it. Here's the classic facade of It's a Small World. Pretty much it's a nice snow boat ride, throughout each of the countries, like 7 continents throughout the world. Joyous music all throughout the attraction. Kids singing from all around the world. It's a small world, of course. So this is the most popular attraction in the park, I think. One of the most popular attractions in the park. So definitely you guys have to do this. Alright folks, the next attraction we have for you parents with the small children between the ages of 1 and 3 is the Storybook Land Canal Ride. Classic ride here at Disneyland. No other park in the world, Disney park in the world, has this attraction. This one is the only park that has it. Pretty much it tells you stories about classic Disney fairy tales at a slow pace, for the entire family to enjoy. Let's take a quick look at some of the ride itself. And here's a view of the Storybook Land attraction itself. You know, small canoes, nice and easy ride around the canal. You know, the cast members tell you various stories of the various Disney fairy tales. It's really fun, you know, educational in a way, you know, for all the small kids. Pretty cool. You go through this giant well right here, and it opens up to those little towns and things like that. It's a pretty awesome attraction. The next attraction right behind you folks is, of course, Dumbo. One of the most popular attractions in the park for kids. So for all you parents out there, you gotta brave the crowd. I think the longest wait is about 35 minutes, so not too bad. So you have to take your kid on Dumbo. I would get on Dumbo, but the line's a bit too long for me. 45 minutes, no. I'll say 30 minutes is probably my limit, but it's worth the wait for everybody. Let's go check out the ride itself. And of course, here's the famous Dumbo attraction. You know, a definitely must do for all you kids out there, kids of all ages. From the classic movie. Your first ride, everybody's first ride, so you gotta do Dumbo. Another classic attraction here, folks, is the Casey Jr. Circus Train. Perfect attraction for the kiddies between the ages of 1 and 3. It also interacts and intertwines with the Storybook Canal ride as well. Nice, slow, easy little circus train ride throughout the park. We're gonna take a look at it a little bit. And here's the Casey Jr. Train coming across, folks, like I told you. Nice and cute train ride for the kiddies in the circus cars. Really cute attraction. Pretty fun too for the grown-ups. Alright folks, our next attraction is over in Critter Country. It's the Adventures of Winnie the Pooh attraction. Pretty nice ride. It's a nice dark ride, you know, not too scary. It shows, you know, Winnie the Pooh eating a bunch of honey, you know, having a nightmare from eating too much sweets. Just kidding, but it's a really nice attraction with all the classic Winnie the Pooh characters with Tigger, Igor, and Piglet, and the rest of the gang. So, really nice attraction. Let's take a quick look at it. Alright folks, our next two attractions here in Tomorrowland are the Finding Nemo submarine attraction, and also up there on the top deck is the monorail, Disneyland monorail, are two other attractions that are appropriate for toddlers between the ages of 1 and 3. Now, as far as the submarine attraction, if you're claustrophobic, you don't have to worry about it. There's an observation deck room that's special for you guys. You know, you just go in the room and watch the same show as you would see in an actual submarine. So that's pretty convenient for you guys who are claustrophobic. Or, you know, for kids who are like 1 year old, you need a stroller, you can just go into that observation deck room as well. So again, it's the submarine voyage, the Finding Nemo submarine voyage, and also the Disneyland monorail, which is not running right now at the time. So there you go. Alright folks, that's all the attractions on the Disneyland side for the toddlers between the ages of 1 and 3. Now we're going to go over to the California Adventure side and see what adventures we could get into over there. Let's go check it out. Alright folks, I'm right here at California Adventure. I'm right in front of the Mike and Sully attraction, the Mike and Sully to the Rescue to be exact. I think it's more appropriate for like a 3-year-old or a 2-year-old, depends how brave your 2-year-old is. It might be a little bit too much for your 2-year-old, but if you have a 2-year-old who's brave and like that kind of stuff, it might be the perfect attraction for them. So again, it's over in the Hollywood Studios section of the park, over next towards the by the Marvel Land. So the Mike and Sully attraction here at California Adventure. Also in the Hollywood Studios portion of the park, which is near the Mike and Sully attraction, you have the advantage to take a picture or photo with all the Marvel characters. You have Captain Marvel, who's right behind me, and you also have Spider-Man as well as Black Panther, Captain America, and all the other Marvel characters who come out here from every now and then and take photos. Good photo opportunities for you guys, for the kids, and especially all you Marvel fans. Let's continue to take a look around. Okay folks, I'm inside of the Animation Academy building. A lot of cool stuff you can do for your kids, especially for like 2-year-olds, or maybe your 1-year-old. It's be pretty fun too. Let's take a look around and see what they have to offer here. Okay, over in this area you have a turtle talk with Crush. You know, the turtle from the Finding Nemo movie. He talks to all the kids and things like that. You pan around, you have the Sorcerer's Workshop. Really cool exhibit, you know, a lot of cool stuff in here. Then a character close-up, you know, I think they have Beauty and the Beast in that one. No, they have Anna and Elsa from Frozen, of course. But right here, the Animation Academy itself, I would say probably more appropriate for like a 3-year-old or something like that, maybe. or maybe a 4-year-old, I should say. Probably not for a 3-year-old. So, but for you parents, if you want to take your time, do a parent swap, you could probably go in there yourself and learn how to draw one of your favorite characters. Really cool stuff in here. Also a place to come and chill and relax to get off of your feet. Okay folks, our last attraction of the day here at the California Adventure Side is going to be the Little Mermaid attraction, which is right behind me. I think it's appropriate for a 2-year-old, or possibly a 3-year-old. It's a pretty tame ride. Let's go check it out. Under the sea, darling, it's winter, down where it's winter, take it from me. Up on the shore, they were walking, out in the sun, they stayed away. What will you do? What are you floating under the sea? Alright folks, I forgot to mention one more attraction at the Disneyland side. Of course, it's the Peter Pan attraction. I don't know how I forgot to forget that one. That's appropriate for like a 2-year-old, maybe a 1-year-old, especially for kids of all ages. With that being said, folks, I think this is all on the California Adventure side. I didn't go cover Cars Land because I think that's more appropriate for probably like a 3 or 4-year-old. Of course, you could go take all your pictures with all the characters, like with Lightning McQueen or Mater and all those guys like that. But you know, I think it's more appropriate for like a 3-year-old or 3 years or up. And also over at Pixar Pier as well, you got a couple of attractions over there. You got the Pal Around wheel and all that stuff. That's appropriate probably for like 3 and up. And also the new attraction they have up that the Jesse's Critter carousel. That's not open yet. That's going to be open in a couple of months. It's probably appropriate for like a 3-year-old. With that being said, folks, this concludes this episode of Day 3. Thanks again for watching. I want to hear your comments below. If you really like this episode, if this episode is really helpful to you, please leave a comment below. And also remember to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and also on Twitter. Thanks again for watching, folks. See you next time.